The year was 1942. Adolf Hitler's armies were sweeping through Europe, unstoppable, ruthless, and determined. But deep in the heart of Russia, on the banks of the Volga River, stood one city that would become the graveyard of the German dream: Stalingrad. What began as a campaign for control turned into one of the bloodiest battles in human history. This is the story of Stalingrad, the turning point of World War II. In the summer of 1942, Hitler turned his eyes toward the Soviet South. His goal was clear: seize the oil fields of the Caucasus and cut off Soviet supply lines by capturing the industrial city of Stalingrad. To Hitler, Stalingrad wasn't just a strategic target. It carried the name of his greatest enemy, Joseph Stalin. Capturing it would be a symbolic blow to Soviet morale. As German armies advanced, Stalingrad transformed into a fortress. Every factory worker, every student, every old man became a defender. Women melted down steel to make bullets. Schoolchildren dug trenches. The people of Stalingrad swore, not one step back. On August 23, 1942, German bombers unleashed a firestorm that turned the city into ruins. Yet the Soviet defenders refused to surrender. The German Sixth Army, led by General Friedrich Paulus, entered the city's outskirts. They expected a quick victory. Instead, they found themselves trapped in a nightmare. Soviet snipers stalked every street. Buildings became battlegrounds. Each floor, each room, changed hands multiple times a day. Soldiers fought over the ruins of factories: the tractor factory, the Red October factory, where even workers fought beside the Red Army. Stalingrad was no longer a city. It was rubble, dust, and death. Temperatures dropped below -30 degrees Celsius. Soldiers fought in sewers, basements, and burned-out buildings. Food was scarce. Both sides starved. Men fought not for victory, but for survival. Time itself, one soldier wrote, had frozen in the snow. In November 1942, the Soviet High Command launched Operation Uranus, a massive counterattack. Instead of striking the Germans head-on, the Red Army encircled them. Within days, 300,000 Axis soldiers were trapped inside Stalingrad. Hitler ordered Paulus to hold the city to the last man. But the Soviet ring grew tighter, and winter grew harsher. The Germans were now prisoners in the very city they had destroyed. Supplies were gone. Ammunition ran out. The Luftwaffe tried to airlift food, but most planes were shot down. Soldiers froze to death. Horses were eaten. The wounded lay on snow, whispering for water that never came. Paulus sent message after message to Hitler. "We are surrounded." Hitler's reply: "You will stand fast." By January 1943, the German Sixth Army was broken. Thousands lay dead or dying in the ruins. The Soviets offered surrender. Paulus hesitated. On January 31, 1943, the once mighty German general surrendered. Hitler was furious. He had promoted Paulus to field marshal the day before, expecting him to commit suicide rather than surrender. But Paulus chose life, for his men and for history. Out of 300,000 Axis soldiers, only around 91,000 survived to become prisoners. Fewer than 6,000 would ever return to Germany. Stalingrad lay in ruins, over 2 million casualties on both sides. But for the first time, the Nazi war machine had been stopped. The world now saw Hitler's empire could bleed. Stalingrad was more than a battle. It was a turning point. After Stalingrad, the Red Army pushed westward. The Germans would never recover from their losses. The road to Berlin began here, among the ashes of a city that refused to die. In the words of one Soviet soldier, We fought not just for Stalingrad. We fought for the world that would come after. The Battle of Stalingrad stands as a reminder that even in the darkest times, courage and sacrifice can change the course of history. This was the Battle of Stalingrad, the turning point of World War II. Subscribe for more untold stories of history's greatest battles.